What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today we have a 2500 Chevy 05. And as you can see, he's got Duramax on his hood. So we're about to do a transmission flush on this thing. Filters. We're going to do both filters, and then we're going to do the fluid on here. The fluid that I get, I only get one or two fluids for these. It's either going to be this Castrol Transcend 668, or I go to GM and get it directly from them. I get 2 gallons. You never know how much is going to come out. It says on a drain with a pan and a filter that you can expect about a little over 7 quarts. I always get 2 gallons because one, is cheaper when you buy 2 gallons than just the quarts, and 2, you never know if you're going to need a little bit more than just 7 quarts. So get yourself 2 gallons, make your life a lot easier. This truck is pretty high off the ground. I'm not going to put it on a lift. You can see I got it. It will fit on a lift, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to climb underneath here, pop the drain plug, because this one does have a drain plug, and I love that about these. I don't know why all transmissions don't have drain plugs on them, but they don't. You gotta love whenever they make it difficult. But we're underneath there. That is your drain plug. If I can get a light, there we go. But that is your drain plug. Sorry for the noise. I forgot what size this is. Been a minute. And there we go. 15. I thought I grabbed 15. Must have been 14. But you got a 15. You can pull your drain plug, let it drain. You do have a front filter. It's just a spin on, and then there's another one inside of here. So we got a drain pan. Went ahead and pulled the dipstick. Let me set you up on tripod first. All right, it's kind of a close-up view. That's as far back as I can do it, like zoom it out. So, but you can kind of see a lot of stuff right here. Actually, you got your filter over there on your right, the red one. Then here's your pan. You got bolts over here. You should have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, like 13 or 14 bolts on this pan. And then you got a 15 millimeter drain, and then you have your filter right there. That's just a little spin on. I don't know how tight this one is. Yeah, it's pretty tight, so I'm gonna have to use a filter wrench to get it. But first thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and drain it. I'm going to use my impact driver and break it loose. And there we go. So it is a little dark, not crazy. It's still got a red tint to it, which is good. But you should expect around 7 quarts to come out of here. That's if you haven't been losing any. This one's got a slight leak, nothing crazy. So it's not a crazy leak on it by no means. But we're gonna let that drain. Let me grab a filter wrench and I'll pull that red filter off. Oh, she is pretty tight. Oh my God. Oh my God, that sucker is on there. Oh my God. Ugh. Try not to hit y'all on with the end of my ratchet. All right. And just like an oil filter, you can pre-fill these if you want to. If you don't want to, it's fine. I normally do pre-fill these. Come on. Right. And then there is like a little magnet inside of that too. So you want to make sure you clean that off. And a lot of times they don't come off like that. Come on. May have to get a, there we go. All right, there's your magnet. Not a whole lot on this, so I'm happy about that. I'm going to clean this off. Put the magnet back up in there. Now I'm going to pre-fill the filter up real quick. Then I'm going to lube the seal just like a regular oil filter. And then after I do that, I'll screw it on and you're just going to hand tighten it just like an engine oil filter also. Make sure there's no gasket stuck to the transmission. Alright, I'm going to use a rag. And I'm just going to tighten her up. Ooh, come on. Alright, that should be good. I'm going to wipe off the drain plug because she is just dripping now. Just tighten her up a little bit. And now, I think they're 12s or 13s. Now we're just going to go around and zip off all the bolts. Luckily, there's not many on this one. And the last one. There should still be some fluid in here. Do not mistake it for being completely empty, because you will have fluid still in here. All right, now we're going to have to pull the filter off. And if I remember correctly, it just pulls out. I kind of pull down on it just a little bit and it drains out through the filter rather than it all coming out of the pump itself. And you still will have some come out. The gasket fell off, and that is a reusable gasket, so keep that in mind. I'm going to take this, we're going to clean it. All right, let's get this up and out of the way. And now, I'm going to get the pan and I'm going to clean it up and everything. And after I clean it and get everything situated, I'll come back and I'll show you how I put them in. All right, so I got the new filter right here. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting this in. Okay. Just want to make sure that it gets up in there all the way. And it's going to lean just a hair, but just you want to make sure it is in there all the way. Put it in there, we're going to start it. Another one, and I'm just going to start it also. Alright, and now I'm just going to go around and start all these by hand. And the reason I'm starting them by hand is because I do not want them to cross thread. Because if you start them with your impact driver, any of that stuff, you have a chance of cross threading them, and you do not want to do that. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm just running them up till they touch with my impact driver. All right, and now I just got to find a torque spec on these real quick, and I'm going to torque them down. If you don't want to torque them down, that's your truck and it's your vehicle, go right ahead. This is a customer, so I'm going to torque it down. That's just the correct way to do it. But like I said, if it's yours, you can hammer down on it with an impact driver if you want to. Just go over, snug them down with your ratchet, however you want to do it. All right, I'm under the hood now. I got my flashlight and kind of turn it a little bit. But here is your dipstick right here. Your dipstick tube is right there. I got the funnel already in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put 6 quarts in it, crank the truck up, and then we're going to let it come up to temperature. And then once it comes up to temperature, I'm going to check the fluid and add as needed. But it does say initial fill will be 7.2 quarts, like 7.25 quarts. And so I'm going to put 6, which is going to be 1 whole gallon and half of another, for anybody who doesn't know that. And as I said in the beginning, I use this Castrol Transcend right here, and it is actually Allison Transmission right there. We're going to put this whole thing in here. Now go slow, because these dipstick tubes sometimes can like back purge, and it can burp on you and throw fluid everywhere. So I'm going a little slower, try not to overfill the tube itself. All right, so now we have about 6 quarts in here. I'm going to crank it up, and we'll let it come up to temperature. Cycle it through all the gears, you know, go from park, reverse, neutral, drive, further if you can. And this is pertaining just to any transmission service. Just go through them one at a time, leave them in gear for about 5 seconds, go to the next one, then come back up to park. And let it come up to temperature, and just check it periodically, and check your transmission too. Make sure there's no leaks coming from it. Then I'm going to just add it as I'm doing it. I'll show it to you how I want to do it. I'm just going to get it crunk up. I do have my AC gauges on because I did do a compressor on this, so I got to fill it up as well. So perfect time to do this. So we're sitting in the truck, I should say, not car, but I wanted to go over what I was talking about. So I've already done it once, but what you want to do is you're just going to put it in reverse for about 5 seconds, then go to neutral and let it sit for 5 seconds. And you're just going to go through every one of them and go down as low as you can. And whenever you get to the very last lowest gear you can go to, go up and do the same thing. And all you're doing is just letting the fluids cycle through the valve body and through the pistons and through the drums, all that good stuff, just so it circulates the fluid and it gets in all the crevices so it gets correct level. But we're going to let it come up to temperature. It's a little over 160, so it's probably about 180 degrees, somewhere close to there. Right now, we're going to let it come up to 210, and then we'll check the fluid, add as needed. Torque spec for the pan bolts are 15 to 20 foot-pounds. Same thing for the drain plug. I did retorque the drain plug just to be safe. I broke it loose and tightened it back, but hey, that's pretty much putting the pan on. But I am gonna let this come up to temperature, and if you hear the truck surging and stuff, it does have bad injectors. He's just trying to get his money together to do those, but he needs the truck to do a few things, and as soon as he gets his money together, he's going to do injectors, because injectors on this thing 6 and 8 have misfires randomly, and at idle it should be no more than plus or minus 4, while driving plus or minus 6 on the balance rates. And this one at idle, number 8, is at positive almost 11. It's like 10 something. Number 6 is negative 7.2 was the lowest I saw it, and then the rest of them are in the mid to high 3s plus or minus, so it's just kind of up and down. But the injectors need to be changed on this pretty bad, and they're expensive. They're about $3 grand just for parts, so keep that in mind. If you have a Duramax and you're thinking, hey, what can go wrong, keep in mind the injectors are expensive. But let this come up. We're going to check the fluid, and then I'll close out the video. Alright, so I got the truck up to temperature and everything is good on it. Mine took the whole 2 gallons to do it. So like I said, it's just good. I mean, I have probably just a quarter of a quart left, and that's about it. But so basically it took all 8 quarts of it to fill it up back to the full mark. So like I said, be safe, go ahead and get 2 gallons of it just to be safe. But if y'all got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments section. If you know a better way of doing something, or if I told you the wrong spec or whatever, let me know and I'll correct it in the comments, because it did say that on all data, and I even looked up online and people were saying 15 to 20 foot-pounds too. I always double check multiple places for stuff like that, since I've had wrong specs before. But yeah, let me know if y'all got anything, if y'all need any help with anything, any diagrams, whatever, hit me up too. I'll get to that as soon as possible. And again, I want to appreciate everybody who likes, subscribe, and hits the notification bells and all that good stuff. Helps out the channel. We are past that 10,000 mark now, and I want to say thank y'all to everybody who made that happen. And y'all remember, torque this tight. Y'all have a great day.